a zoo. YouTuber vlogging, backwards cap wearing. Rudy's a zoo. Rudy's a zoo. Rudy's a zoo.
Hi, and welcome to Rudy's a Zoo Science Fantasy Experience, and to a WWF Retro Collection review. So, hailing from parts unknown, the Ultimate Warrior. So, totally unexpected purchase, for sure. I wasn't going to buy any more wrestling figures. I've got the two that I really wanted, and I have a couple of favourites from WWF for sure, but it just isn't, but it is now something that I'm interested in. When 1990-91 kind of happened and the original toys came out, I just wasn't interested in wrestling or wrestling figures. To be honest, I hadn't really seen any WWF at all, and it wasn't until 91-92 that I saw WCW, and it's that era that I wanted to get in my collection with Sting and Cactus Jack. So I have no connection to the original WWF figures at all from Hasbro. But in the space of like 6 months, I've found myself re-watching some classic battles and re-engaging with the world of wrestling. Not extensively, but it's something that I found hugely enjoyable. And as I said, I've got a couple of favourites from WWF. And the more that I speak to Dave Shotton, every day I'm asking him random questions about wrestling. And he's got me hooked on this. And just the other day, I found one in the wild, which was the Ultimate Warrior. And it was $9.99, so I was just like, it's too good an opportunity to not get one because they look so good. They homage the original figures, of which I have no experience of anyway, so it's just a hugely fun and exciting experience to get one, open one up, and have a play around with them and add them to the collection. I've looked online at the packaging and what they once looked like, and watched various videos, especially Junkie Dave's and Mr. Allen in the World of Toys. He does some incredible customs, and you find yourself getting hooked. So yeah, here we have the Ultimate Warrior, and it, as I said, it does a great homage to the card backs of yesteryear. Mine's a little bit bent up and dinged in places, so I'm going to open it up in a bit. But the one thing I will say about the cardboard, if you are a mint on card collector, which I'm not to an extent, I've got a few mint on card ones, but it's always vintage ones that I'm going to keep on the card. Anything new is pretty much going to come out of the packaging, unless the artwork is incredible and it is not to be damaged. But there he is, the Ultimate Warrior in his full glory. And as I said, I've got my favourites, and for me, I think he might be the number one favourite from the WWF. He epitomises wrestling for me. I seem to gravitate to the more theatrical ones with face makeup for sure, and the day glow colours of the early 90s, the greens and the pinks. Pink was a huge thing in wrestling in the 90s for sure. And then to have a look at the back, again, the back kind of pays homage to the original card backs, even though they were hand drawn. You can get to see his gorilla press slam move, and you get to see the shadowing, and you get to see the Undertaker getting flung. And in terms of the battles that the Ultimate Warrior had, he fought, wrestled with pretty much all the greats, from the Undertaker to Sid Justice to Hulk Hogan, anyone in that heavyweight division. You know, he was the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. And if I think back to maybe it was about 10 years ago, I rewatched a few key SummerSlams and WrestleManias and Royal Rumbles, and I think WrestleMania 6 has to be the standout pay-per-view to be seen, where he defeated Hulk Hogan for, you know, the World Heavyweight Champion, and it's an incredible match. And the aftermath that happened, it's an incredible story. And it's sad that he sadly passed away a few years ago. You know, something like 2 days after being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But yeah, there's a few other people in the Wave 1. Brock Lesnar, I know, I've heard of Brock Lesnar. I've never heard of Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns, sadly. But the classics I have, Undertaker. And I know John Cena from newer stuff. He's a more high profile one. But yeah, let's crack him open. I love it when I've got no experience of a toy yet. Just adds to that excitement that I get from toys. It's gonna be cool just to see how the plastic feels and how the action works. I do enjoy an action figure with a twist. I don't mean like, you know, a random twist of fate. I mean like with an action, obviously. So here he is, free of the plastic prison. And the sculpting and the detail of his face is incredible. It looks just like the Ultimate Warrior. And his hair's really, really well done. Oh, there's a little bit of the action. You've got the detail on his fluffy boots. And his body, you know, it's pretty true to the body shape of the Ultimate Warrior. He was proper like hench for sure. So yeah, if I look at the instructions, pull down one of his arms, get ready for his Gorilla Press Slam. I've got nothing to compare it to, so... Oh yeah, there's a bit of action there. Oh yeah, if you twist... Oh, here we go. It works way better. Oh yeah, there's some real spring in there. So yeah, this has been... I say it's a review. I never really review toys. I just kind of look at them and see how they feel. The Ultimate Warrior. From Parts Unknown.